Hello, good morning. My name is Rishabh Patel, and today I'm going to explain unauthorized user access account for our semester project, which I'm doing with Nipin Dasani. I will provide you the YouTube link afterwards we are done with the recording. So, what is an unauthorized user access? Unauthorized user access is when someone gains access to a website or server or other systems using someone else's account or other method. It's called unauthorized access. For example, if someone kept guessing your password or a username for an account that was not theirs until they gain the access, it's called an unauthorized access. So you won't be able to access anything except for if you know the credentials and the desired passwords. So now let's see and go to our terminals. So we have one host and another is our server. So from our server, we'll try to connect with our host. So first we'll check the ports that are listening in our host server. So as you can see, there are so many servers that are listening in this one, and the next one it will do is ARPA. So it will show us how many IPs are connected in our server in this particular LAN. So it says 254 and 138 are the two IPs that are connected in our LAN, and now we'll see what's the IP of our server. Sorry, it says IPA. Sorry, IPA, and it says it's 67.138. Do we have the 167 and 138? Perfect. We have it. So now we have already created the user for this server. So now we'll try to connect it with SSH and the server, and nope, it died. And let's try another. Yes, perfect. So as you can see, it's connected to our server, and let's say who am I. So it says Nipin, and now let's check our log from the servers. So yes, it says that the password was accepted and it was failed one time. So now let's try something different in here. Let's try 2-3 commands like log watch, permission denied. The second one is let's try to get the grep from the authentication files. It's permission denied. So it's like it's letting us to do the basic commands but not the root access commands. So let's try something, installing some sort of file, and let's say, so yes, that might be the reason it's Nipin is not the sudoer, so that is true. Now let's go to presentation back. So we did the IP addresses, we checked the ports and all the listening ports that we have on the on the net set, and then we check for ARPA, the two IPs that we found on our LAN. The next thing was attack was performed on our Ubuntu server, and the IP we got was 196.168.67.138. Then we connected it with this SSH with the username, and then afterward the first point of attack was what we checked. As you can remember, we failed to log in on the first attempt, so we tried it on another attempt. Then the session was created and the log file was created on that one. Then we checked all the log files that were the permission denied, and all the commands we run on the host file on the host server are like having a permission denied error. So we can check it on our authentication logs. So now it's the log watch tool. Now Nipin will explain his log watch tool. Over to Nipin.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Nepin, and as we know that the logwatch is a tool that can help us to see the logs, and I feel like the logs are very invaluable sources of information about the problems, what's going on in the system. So we are using logwatch as a tool for the analyzer, and it says that log is a log processor and analyzer with a lot of flexibility, and it shows all the package installed and disk space used with commands. Attack success failure identifier. So we got the attack successfully. Unauthorized user has an weapon on the other IP address, and we got the unauthorized access, but we couldn't use the commands of Ubuntu with that. We can't access the files because it was the only read-only user, and we can't access the applications on the IP address. So I say that result failure, but attack was successful. The attack was successfully done, and we got the unauthorized access of the given IP address, and we couldn't perform any task on the target IP as the attacker was only given the read-only rights. As Rishabh showed you the log fetch and the grep command to run, but it denied the permission for that. Now, attack prevention and mitigation identifier. As we can say that nowadays on the world of technology, unauthorized access is getting a vulnerability, a security authentication that needs to be corrected, and everyone is trying to be a hacker and tries to hack your system, tries to get your confidential information. So for that to stop that, we have some of the mitigations stated over here. First one is the use security patches, and the first step of any organization would be to prevent unauthorized data access. Is to keep all the security patches up to date. All the system updates should be done on the system. Second is implement IP whitelisting. What is IP whitelisting? Is a technique for restricting and controlling access to the only trusted users. So on our system, we can make a list of trusted users, and we can provide the IP addresses that are only available to access. It is only possible for the small businesses, but not for the big businesses. But it's a good way to put a list of put a list of only trusted users. The third one is use multi-factor authentication. So before a user is permitted access to a system, they must submit numerous pieces of information that the system validates. The best example I would give you is for the bank. If we want to access the bank account, we can use the multi-factor authentication. So we provide our password, and the other it will send you the OTP to verify that you are the only user who wants to access your bank account. So OTP is the one-time password. It will give you a number, and you have to type the number on the system, and it will give you the access. Never give out root access of any of the employee. Make sure that the root password is strong and contain variables, and check log files on a regular basis. Yes. So the root access should be given to the owners, to the stakeholders, and all the read only, write only. The should be prioritized with the number of employees you have, and on the daily basis, you should make a log files. You should check the log files. And what we can do with the Ubuntu, you can also do log host. It can send you the mail. You can set the mailing address, and if it suspect any unwanted access or HTTP from a other local host, it will send you an email saying that there was an unauthorized access. That's it from our side. Thank you so much.